This is a video for people with chronic digestive disorders about why stress matters. So for some background information here, for this to make sense, here is the human nervous system. It's made of two different parts. The first is the sympathetic nervous system, or more commonly known as the fight or flight system, and the other would be the parasympathetic nervous system, or the rest and digest branch of the nervous system. And so these two work together kind of like a seesaw. When one goes up, the other goes down. So the fight or flight system is our natural gas pedal. When we are dealing with something stressful, we're dealing with a problem, something that kind of needs our attention to be addressed, we'll naturally have this gas pedal activation inside, and that's a useful thing. The downside of this, though, is that that takes away from the rest and digest system. And the concern here, the problem that seems to happen, is that just in modern life, we're kind of can be quite busy. We can be surrounded by things that are stressful, kind of always onto the next thing, maybe caught in our heads. And that just hitting this gas pedal over and over and can kind of get stuck in the on position. Additionally, if you have a chronic digestive disorder, chronic health issue to begin with, the unpredictability of it, the uncertainty, the depression it can cause, or the anxiety it can cause, the pain, all the different things that come with it, that just will activate that gas pedal even more, and unfortunately take away from this capacity of the body to heal, to rest, to hit that brake pedal to slow things down. So if we see the effect of this over time, the effect of stress on someone struggling with IBD or IBS is inflammation increases. The second would be that the intestinal permeability increases as well, which leads to leaky gut syndrome. The third would be visceral hypersensitivity. This just means that the nervous system gets more sensitive to anything that might feel off in the abdomen. So we get hyper vigilant, hypersensitive to feeling any kind of pain, anything that feels off, and then reacting to that. And obviously that causes its own problems. And then the microbiome becomes imbalanced. And when all the bacteria go out of whack, the natural balance is lost, that starts to cause its own problems in the GI. And also, we know, we're just starting to learn with science that when the microbiome is out of balance, it can affect our mood. It can cause more depression, more anxiety. So while all these things are increasing, on the other side, digestion is going down. That brake pedal isn't getting nearly enough attention here. Also, gut responsiveness goes down. This means is that when things are in balance, normally the gut can kind of, when the gas pedal is hit, just kind of cool things off for a little bit, but then just come right back online. But when there's the chronic effects of IBD, IBS, the chronic effects of stress over time, the gut starts to respond in all or nothing terms. So there's some stress, and then it's a quick shutdown, expel, which leads to diarrhea or constipation or vomiting and nausea, indigestion, causes all these things. And then at the same time, our sleep isn't nearly as good, and which is a huge essential piece of healing. Us humans just really need a core ability of deep quality sleep, so that gets impaired. And then lastly, our health choices start to go down because we start to react to stress and just are thinking about things in kind of short-term consequences. Maybe the diet isn't being attended to as much, or exercise goes down, or kind of using substances, which affects the whole system. It kind of makes things worse in the end. So let's simplify this down all to this one kind of loop here, that stress causes an upset belly. An upset belly will cause us to become more stressed inside, and when we get stressed, we speed up, our mind gets busy, and then that causes worse things, right? So this whole system is just this vicious cycle that goes around and around and reinforces itself. So the positive news here, the good news, is that You don't have to wait for your IBD, your IBS to get better to start to learn skills for how to work with stress, to increase and upgrade your stress management skills. That can happen at any time, maybe even especially is helpful when things are particularly bad. The thing that's helped me most personally, given that I have Crohn's for over 10 years now, has been mindfulness meditation. It's been a huge game changer for me and really helped me upgrade my stress management skills. And it's something I'm passionate about teaching other people. So if you're interested, there's info below.